This project is the Sue Harrison Natural Area, which is a 55-acre natural space in my home community of Waterdown. And it's a result of a number of different partnerships, beginning with students and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, who are our treaty partners. I think the most important thing that my students and I learned from participating in this project was to listen to the land, to listen to our treaty partners, and to just kind of to stop and listen, and take the lessons as they come to us. So to me, honestly, I really think that was the most important lesson. This project made history relevant to my students because it showed them our Indigenous treaty relationships, and the Indigenous identity of the land is not something in the past. It is here, and it is relevant and is part of this land's future. Through their different interactions with the Chief and Council of the Mississaugas, through elders, with making connections with the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, another Indigenous nation locally, it has taught them that they are living in a living, vital, dynamic Indigenous territory, and they have responsibilities within that territory. My favorite parts of the project were the relationships that existed around it. Throughout the whole process was a learning process that began with my students and myself making contact with the Mississaugas of the Credit, learning from them, learning from their elders, and then reaching out to create other partnerships within the community, most notably with our local city councillor, Judy Partridge, but also with community groups, other educators, and other students. And so those relationships that were created at the beginning have endured through the life of the project and have manifested themselves in many other opportunities that are just wonderful to witness. It has been a real privilege to meet the people associated with this project, and in particular the Mississaugas of the Credit. I think immediately of Elder Gary Sue, Elder Carolyn King, Chief Brian Laforme, Chief Stacy Laforme, Councillor Irma Farrell, and Darren Wybenga. Also Rick Hill with the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. Those teachings that have been passed on to my students and I bear with them a responsibility that I am honored to carry on in my teaching practice. And so that is something that this land has really taught me. Similarly, the students that I've come in contact with that continue to watch over this land, Holly McCann, Kakor Reinbolt, were the two students that helped found this space, and continue to watch over it. So to me, that's the greatest privilege of a project like this. It is so important for people to learn and to study history because, all we have to do is look at the events that are going on in our country right now, from what's happening on the East Coast with Mi'kmaq, to locally with the Haudenosaunee Confederacy in Caledonia and Land Back Lane. It has demonstrated that we have a profound lack of knowledge around our treaty relationships and what it means to live on this land together. So honestly, I think there is no time more important than now that Canadians as a whole stop and listen to what their Indigenous partners are telling them, and to learn that history, to learn those truths. It's a real honor to receive this award. It gives me a chance to highlight what I think is a really important project. I am humbled by when I see the other recipients of this award, one of which was within my board, and I'm very privileged to work with another recipient of this award, Rob Flossman. It makes me feel humbled to know that the company that I'm in, and really privileged to be able to share this project with the rest of the country.